We are in the garden today. We have not been out here in a little while, and the biggest reason that we haven't been out here, things just weren't going that great in the garden, in all honesty. I just didn't have a lot to share with you guys. It had gotten really, really hot, and the plants were just not thriving. I made some changes to the garden. We've built a new bed since the last time I posted, and I thought that I would give you guys a garden tour today. Instead of going through every single bucket here, we're just gonna talk about some really cool things going on with the buckets. These cherry bell peppers are turning red. We've decided to go ahead and pickle a lot of these. Maybe Ornardello, but they're actually striping really uniquely. Really enjoying these peppers. They're sweet, even though they get really bright red. Got some flowers on a new guy here. The Tabasco looks like it's starting to bud. Our carrots, I can see the top of that carrot, so that's pretty exciting. These will probably be ready to harvest pretty soon. The Swiss chard over here is not looking its best, but it has gotten a little hot. Here I actually cut down the remainder of our black creme. The new foliage has really taken off. I transplanted a pepper here and another transplant here. Something is eating the crud out of that. We've got some dead herbs, definitely, but what we have is the oregano that kind of like seeded itself into where the dill was. We've got our parsley, which looks like it went to seed, which will be good so we can grow some more parsley. We've got our sage here. This will come back. And then we've got our rosemary, rather woody, but still good. Our Cuban oregano is doing quite well. It's interesting here though, these leaves are incredibly variegated, but you can see the new growth is definitely getting more sun. And that variegation is definitely a lot lighter. We've got some lemon mint here and our other mints there. An incredible fasciated blossom of a big rainbow. I have no idea what this guy's gonna look like. Also, unfortunately, getting some dropped flowers due to the heat. That's to be expected in Texas this time of year. I thought it was a Brad's Atomic Grape, but that is definitely not a Brad's Atomic Grape. So this may actually be a Paul Robeson, or it may be another big rainbow. There is some yellowing, which I'll probably cut down. Peppers are growing, peppers are growing. Our white devil's tongue, we took a lot off of it and now it is producing again. And we still have a couple little ones on here. Our poblano has been incredibly thirsty, but they're just not quite ready to come off yet. These have been incredibly spicy. Got some lemon cucumbers that were recently planted. Hoping to get some out of there soon. Peppers, peppers. This red pepper is sweet. And these poblanos are spicy. It looks like a tomato seeded itself into this pot, which is interesting because this was a pea pot. So I don't really know how this tomato got here, but I'm not mad at it. Our ties are starting to turn color, which is really cool. I've been enjoying watching that. And then these neat little Brazilian starfish are starting to turn as well. The grape has come all the way over here. This is our Trinidad scorpion. This is the smaller one. Still see green buds on it, and it is starting to get some more buds up at the top. See here, that one is starting to turn colors, and oh, I see something exciting. Look at that red Trinidad scorpion. And another down there. Our green beans are thriving, which I thought they would get too hot. Their leaves don't look great, but they're still popping off green beans. Very cool. Not seeing any tomatillos yet. Those blossoms look promising. Here is our kale, still not gone to seed yet. I don't know, kale lives forever here. Some more peppers. Yep, he's a habanero. We're getting a lot of new foliage on our blackberry, not a lot of berries. Here is my bag o' onion. Here is our fig. No figs on it, but still getting a lot of new foliage. We'll probably have figs next year. Got a cuke here, and we've gotten some cukes off of it. And if we look, we got another cuke right there. Our purple cowpeas. You can see one there. I did harvest some of these, and I found that they're not turning purple off of the vine, which is interesting, but that's okay. I wanted to make sure that we got to eat them. Here are some sweet potatoes that I'm doing in a bag. I'll post that video up. I do need to go ahead and mound these. Our hydroponic tomatoes, it is the end. They've got some buds on them. They've got some new leaves, but in all honesty, the weeds are starting to overtake this area, and I think it's just too hot to continue these hydroponic tomatoes. I think we may give them another try in fall. For now, we are going to probably rip these out. That was our bucket tour, and I tried to get through that one pretty quickly so that I could put the bed tour on this video as well. Here we have some tomatoes, and you'll notice that I have flowers in a bag. It's actually not to protect the flower as much as it is to protect the fruit when it starts to come out. So I have been shaking this regularly so that it does pollinate inside that bag. Some more flowers on here. The sweet potato that I planted in here has started to come out, which is kind of funny. And you may notice there's something large and in charge missing here, and that is because that Burpee Super Steak, I was trimming him up. I was trying to make him less unruly. I ended up accidentally cutting his primary blossoms off. Whoopsie. Lesson learned. Be careful where you're cutting, and it's really okay. I didn't enjoy that tomato. They were so big that animals were getting into them. I went ahead and planted some okra here instead. More area. You can see some of the fruits starting to come in, and I just wanted to try to protect the fruits, so that's why I've got them in these bags. I have a tomato here, and not sure what variety it is. Here is our jalapeno. I'm gonna be honest, these jalapenos are not hot. I think I might have bought the wrong variety. We've got a radish that went to seed, and another radish that went to seed. I believe these are the Brad's Atomic Grapes that I replanted not too long ago. Kid of an hour's red warty thing. We did get some vine borers in this. I did have to cut open the stem and then re-soil the stem. I'm not certain that this is going to continue to grow. I really hope it does. We've got some big flowers on it. I removed as many as I could. I do think in the future we should have multiple of these plants. Speaking of, this is a zucchini that also looks like it has some vine borer damage, but it is still growing, so I'm not mad at it, and I'm gonna keep it. I have no clue what this guy is coming up, but I did plant some beans here the other day. And these are our strawberries, which we do need to do some weeding. Our Thai basil here went to seed. Got lots of peppers on here. These were red chili peppers, the ones that you would make red pepper flakes out of. Some habaneros here. I did have one of those the other day. It was hot, which I didn't know that it would be. Not sure what this guy is, maybe a mini bell. I do have some tomatoes that something is getting into, but I did bag some of the others. We are on the other side of the pepper bed. Look how big that one is. I do believe that these are chocolate 7-pot peppers. That just looks like it would really hurt to eat. Actually has quite a lot of peppers on it. These are the sweet potatoes. I was looking at them this morning, and I determined that I probably do need to go ahead and mound that soil up again. One of the most exciting things that I'm going to show you guys this week is our new bed. I do have some footage of us making this bed, and I will go ahead and insert that now. I do think the camera died before I got all the soil in it. I feel like I've found the perfect soil recipe. We've got a lot of things planted in here. Nothing coming up quite yet. Got some cucamelons, some butternut squash, definitely some okra in here. My dogs got in here. You can see all their little steps. This is a Kajari melon somewhere in there. Armenian cucumber. Lettuce leaf basil. I did go ahead and transplant our last final peppers. This one might die off, and that's okay. The others look like they're surviving their transplant shot. The driveway plot is starting to add a lot of fruit. We've got an okra plant as well, and more tomato jump cuts. I don't know how often I'm going to post these garden tours. It is really the heat of the summer and things are not going their best here, but I did start some new plants and I'll be sharing that video with you soon, as well as the hydroponics that I've got going, and I'll put the video up here in the corner. So I did want to tell you guys, thank you so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe, like, and as always, fuel up on positivity.